First of all, I would like to thank you for coming. I made this film 20 few years ago in Iran. Always, before making this film, for making film, I had casting. For example, I published a small news in the cinema magazine, and then I had few hundred, maximum 2,000 people that they were coming during 10 days, 200 people per day. Let's say 10% in 1 hour, for example. I was not expected to come suddenly few thousand people. One of the reasons maybe was on that moment I was so famous in Iran. The other reason was Iranian cinema were successful around the world, and we guess on that moment 100,000 young people were so serious to be in the cinema. So by a small news, many people came suddenly. As you saw, they broke the door to be in the film. And I was not going to make this film. I was going to cast for other film of mine. But when I saw those people attack to location, at night I thought I should do something for their dream. At night I changed my mind. I thought I will make film with these people, with their dream. But as always, I have a different layer in my film. I ask myself what I'm going to say. First layer is love of cinema. I make decision. The second layer would be society and power. So I made this film like this, but I didn't plan for that. It happened, and I guided. It's like doco, but fiction one. The thing that happened other side is documentary, but I guide that documentary to the fiction style. How? Because I was a storyteller. I knew that how I could guide real thing to the story format. You saw, for example, everything that the girl said, I refuse, I reject, to create sort of drama for the film.
So you mentioned that you actually planned to shoot another film after the audition. So what's that other film did you actually?
Yeah, I made that film later on, A Moment of Innocence. I don't know if you have seen or not. It's a story of me when I was 17 years old. I was partisan. I attacked the police to have his gun, and police shoot me, and the bullet come from back and come out from my stomach. And I was being arrested. I was almost 5 years in political prison. Okay. When happened revolution, I released from prison. 20 years later than that activity, the policeman come to my casting to be actor in the movie. So I make decision to make film about me and that policeman. I gave him a camera, I had a camera, and it was a story of two enemies that try to recreate their story, to understand each other, to have dialogue in the film, not monologue. Because when you have perspective and different angle, is more humanistic. But when you have dialogue, or when you have monologue, when you have theory of, for example, revolution, like Che Guevara, only you have one idea and you want to change without understanding other side. So I made that film after this. this film and that film somehow are brother of each other, you know. Those films are realistic, and both films has different layer of poetic and politic. Making this film was more difficult than the other one, because the other one had a script, this one hadn't a script. I had two roles in this film, one as a director behind the film, one as an actor in the film. I'm acting in the film like a dictator who has power. The table is symbol of power. It could be symbol of each power in the world. The other side is society and reaction of society to power. You see how small symbol of power, a table, can convince society and people to accept this power. It's not really power. It's a table, it's a little wood. But in terms of psychology, we accept the table as a power. We respect, and then they can guide us. I act like dictator behind that table. But the real man, who is me, I'm behind the film, not behind the table. I couldn't use other actor to act this role, because it is a moment. I should answer them immediately. And my experience in psychology helped me to handle this role. If I hadn't experience of psychology, I was not able to deal with few thousand people in real conversation. And also my experience in storytelling. I published almost 30 books. Majority of them are novel, short story. So I knew that how could I deal with drama. Otherwise, this film could be very simple interview, not attractive. To make attraction, you need how challenge I created, and to bring meaning out of the image. I try, you know, to go around the subject. The film was so critical for the power in Iran. That's why the film had problem. Fortunately, released in Iran a little later. TV, we had a 3 hours version of this film for TV. TV reject that. And after this film, started many TV series about competition in dancing, competition in acting. It was very inspiring film in many ways. And I saw a copy of this film in some other places, especially in TV series.
So there's a 3 hours TV version of this film. So that means you have so many more footage.
Yes.
With the
Yeah, we had 13 hours footage because we were working on 35 millimeters film, not in digital. And we had limited negative at that time. It was between me and cinematographer. When I do this, you start shooting. When I do this, cut it. And then I had interviewing with 5,000 people during 10 days. And I should make decision, this person is interesting or not. We hadn't enough negative to shoot for everyone. If it was today, okay, let's do it with digital. It's no matter. Okay, the limitation of the negative, and also the camera can go, digital camera can focus itself. But 35 millimeters, we need to, majoring for focus. That's why I put a square in front of a table for different reasons. One was for focus of the camera. They know how measure it. Okay, beside of this square, that side. And also, that square was limitation for society. Okay, the table was symbol of power. That square on the floor was the limitation for the society. And we create, and also beside of me was mirror. For me was symbol of cinema. I tried to make this film in sort of docu-fiction style. I don't know, you have seen my elder daughter's movie called The Apple or not? And the Apple is somehow in this style. It's the story of an old guy who put his two daughters in prison of his house for 11 years to protect them because of, the dogmatism culture that those people, those conservative religious people have in Middle East. And also, you have seen Kelozab by Kiarostami. I don't know if you have seen or not. Again, this is the story of me and someone that show himself like me to be filmmaker. And then the family invite him and then police arrest him. Then I suggest to Mr. Kiarostami this subject and he made film. Those four films, The Apple, Kelozab, Salam Cinema, and A Moment of Innocence. For those films has sort of the same character. A real subject working with ordinary and real people, social layer and political layer behind the film, and docu-fiction style.
Early on, there's a girl who claims that she wants to get into the film so that the film go to Cannes, so that she can reunite with her lover in Europe. And do you think she's telling the truth? Or?
Yeah, she was telling the truth. And actually, after this film, that guy heard and he returned to Iran and they get married.
What a story. And the most impressive part, of course, is the two girls who back and forth with them in the second half of the film. Overall impression is actually the women are much stronger than what impression of Iranian women. Was that the case at that time or long?
Actually, Iranian women are under minimum two pressure. One, general pressure that everyone has in Iran by politicians. The second, pressure by manpower. So, at the other side, Iranian women are educated people. And day by day, they are more stronger than before because they try to get released from the traditional dogmatism. So you can see in this film how much they are strong. Yes, I gave opportunity, I say bad thing, wrong thing, like manpower in Iran to give them opportunity to attack to me. But they have this capacity as well. That's why in 2009, when we had big political movement called Green Movement, like your umbrella movement, we had Green Movement. 3 million people were in the street and they screamed for freedom, and the majority of them were young women. They know their right, they are struggling for their right, and you can see their face in this film.
A bit more about the symbol of power, the desk, you see. And so also it's quite funny, the few scenes when you shoot the people.
It's very meaningful for Iranian people on those years. Iranian government killing people in prison, even those people were in prison and their time finished, they deserve to release, but few thousand of them were being killed at the end of their time in prison. So for Iranian people has meaning. The power is killing people. You see that it's not only acting, okay, dying or dancing. Everything has meaning for my society. It's the power. You know, look at the Trump now, the crazy guy in USA. All day he fires some of his friends. All days he's like borderline personality disorder. He has different mood all days. But he is in power. Who gave this power to him? The people that they lost their culture, the culture went down in USA, the people vote for him, then you see this man who was nothing suddenly has power. He can create a third world war by his craziness. He's nothing, but this is the symbol of power. It's a table.